Hi, this is my journal entry 2.3 on social justice issues and the digital divide. As a topic, this hits home for me in a few different ways. One, a few years ago, I had the opportunity to go and visit and work with some Aboriginal communities, and it was very evident at that time that these students did not have the same access to the quality education that might be afforded to those in more urban centers, and these readings that we did today shed a little bit more light on that, and simply the access to internet does have does the lack of access to the internet does limit a student's ability to access quality resources, to communicate with others, and so where education is a major concern in these Aboriginal communities, the lack of access, but not just that, the lack of digital literacy education was sorely lacking. And as a school at Traditional Learning Academy, we also help develop online courses, and we're connected with some educational opportunities of students in the Yukon. And what we do as a school is we offer these courses. But as far as the implications now, I'm starting to see that simply providing a course without realistic um, uh, understanding of the students in those specific contexts, that our teachers are probably not offering the optimal, the best education possible to these students. Perhaps there needs to be higher emphasis on digital literacy and support for these students who may or may not have had the same access to the internet throughout their educational careers. Now, for me, just as a reflection, I was actually quite surprised by the number of people who do not have access to the internet, and I was able to find the statistic of it's approximately 1/3 of 5 billion people who still do not have access to the internet, and these are people typically in rural and areas with local social economic standing. And I was also quite interested in and looking at the reasons that this access is not quite made available, and what's standing in the way. And some of the reasons that came up were there's definitely just physical access, and the financial access, social demographic access, cognitive access and design access, institutional access, political access, cultural access. So you can see there's a lot of social economics or social political issues that are involved in bringing the internet to the world, but at the same time preparing those who are using the internet with the proper guidance and digital literacy education that is needed. Now, as far as social media, which is the focus of this course, I see that there are uh, just unlimited opportunities towards equaling the playing field through social media, simply by connecting students across the country or across the province who are at different social economic levels to provide opportunities for just developing a greater awareness of the circumstances that others are living in, greater empathy and understanding. Social media provides the opportunity for individuals to network with others and have access to information that they may not have had previously. And in Canada, there still is a great digital divide. It's not something that exists in the far reaches of the world. I was able to find some information where it states that while 95% of Canadians in the highest income quartile are connected, uh, just 62% in the lowest income quartile have internet access. So definitely, there still are social justice issues towards the access to the internet. Another another way of looking at this is that urban centers typically have far higher access than those in rural areas. And specifically, we can look at those in northern communities, in Nunavut, in the territories, and only 27% are connected at this time. So this section and these readings really just opened my eyes towards the divide in access, but also in the education and the literacy towards the use of the internet and social media. Thank you.